Hello and welcome, I'm Arumba, thank you for joining me. Let's play some more Galactic Civilizations 3 as the Terrans. So, we're doing some exploring, we're doing some colonization. Let's get the ship out here, much better sensor range on him. The default one does have a slight advantage over my El Cheapo buildings. Ooh, an approval relic. That's quite useful. We want a constructor. First anomaly, yay! Treasury plus 41. Pretty weak overall. And we found Lyra 3. It's a 50% Ghost World Lush. And Lyra 1 requires extreme colonization. We also found some more Durantium. Well, I think we found our next research planet then, in that case. I'm glad that we didn't take the Malevolent thing. Too bad I sent this one in that direction. That would have been a nice, easy pickup, but... Alright, how you doing on your Constructor Mark V? 3 more turns. Let's queue up another colony ship. And we need to start swinging some more actual production to the shipyard. We have no accrued manufacturing points, but Earth is going to still continue to get more and more productive. Pretty solid. And our research planet is doing just fine. Nestor has its factory now. I think we do want a second factory. We're not going to buy out every tile. That would be crazy. As far as buying out a second factory, we don't have enough money for that. So let's go ahead and, now that we've done the initial tile auto purchase thing for free, let's go to pure social focus and get this planet upgrading. And I think we're ready. Hopefully we get this thing next turn. Now, because I took Nestor's research production off, it's going to take an extra turn. That's okay. Could be worse. Oh, come on! What kind of luck is this? Oh, hey. Pretty good. Class 14 Paradise. We'll go for that. I like to explore in concentric, like just going in circles. I feel like that's a pretty optimal way to explore. You're getting every move you take, you're revealing as much uncharted territory as possible. There's an argument for like going directly towards stars, but I kind of like exploring this way. So, all right, Earth. Every turn, because it's getting more and more production, I need to swing this thing here, just so we're not wasting too much. Really hoping, hey, yep, first constructor next turn. Nice. Alright, so, do we want to get the approval relic and the Durantium, or do we want to get an economic base? I think we want these two. So we want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basically, I'm going to want a starbase here to cover Earth and Mars. So we need to be 6 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we've got 4 moves. Again, if I put a starbase here, that'll be far enough. Okay. But we can go one further. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll put it here. So next turn. Alright, we can build our wealth stuff. We're going to get supportive population, I think, even, well, if we're going to get the approval relic, maybe we don't need this yet. We're definitely going to take it eventually, so we'll just take it now. This is why I want the Durantium. Alright, so for this turn, I think I'm going to go 99-1, and we will just do a project. So that will give us quite a bit of production on here, 73.7. We're going to make our colony ship, and we're going to go back to making constructors. Alright. Another colony, cool. There's substantial evidence that much of the planet is communicating with each other. Alright, so lower food, better research. That seems fine. Lots of buildable space on this planet. Low influence. We also took a penalty to food production with our Benevolent thing. So it's going to be a small population unless we want to build it up a lot, but there's plenty of tiles to build, so. Wasteland doesn't help us much. The adjacency bonuses don't even work. So, okay, this planet is going to be pretty solid for research. As is the other. So we're going to end up with lots of research planets. That's okay. I don't mind being research heavy. So, okay, we're going to build factory first. And for this turn, we're going to have you do research. Because we get the free one. We'll do 2 factories, and then we'll build a whole bunch of research labs. And that'll be pretty good. You can actually build market centers now. So we'll start doing that. Alright. And very first starbase coming up soon. Kira, toxic perfect world. Okay. How can a toxic world be considered perfect? That's just silly. Alright, first starbase goes here. Cool. Your people have had permanent structures in space before, but nothing like this. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pop down a mining ring and a xenoarchaeology lab. So we'll get our approval relic and we'll get our durantium. Next turn we can start building the durantium refinery, which did get buffed in patch 1.01. It's now total production plus 4 instead of total production plus 1. So Earth is going to make a ton more stuff for us. It's too bad this isn't a survey ship. I'd like to get the technology to upgrade it. We might be able to upgrade the scout. Let's see, if we used the, if we did get that tech. Actually, you know what? We already have access to the special one, don't we? No, we have access to the prototype hyperdrive. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the sensors. We might just have them from the beginning. I forget now. Oh yeah, we do. Prototype survey. It just takes thulium. So if we can find some thulium, we could upgrade that tiny class ship into a second ship that can find stuff for us. There's the thulium in there, and there. We should go get some thulium. There's tons of stuff over here, actually. If we put a starbase here, we could get durantium, thulium. Well, as soon as this colony ship's done, we definitely want to get a couple more constructors then. Got our first durantium mine, yay! And this approval relic, what it does is it gives you 10% morale modificator? That's right, it's a real word, I swear. 10% bonus morale on every planet. So you take all your numbers together and multiply them by 1.1. It's pretty good. So durantium refinery for sure. And we're going to go ahead and pop that guy out as quickly as we can. 75 production per turn is actually perfect because this thing costs... That's perfect. I'd rather take 2 turns without another constructor and get this thing done right away than get another ship. So, colony ship. We can't take any population from Earth because otherwise Earth will stop. It won't be able to knock out the durantium refinery. So we're just going to take 0.5 pop. Very, very small pop. We're going to go up to that lush. 10 moves. It's a pretty fast ship. Alright. Almost have supported population. So our colonies are pretty happy right now so far, but with supported population, they're going to go crazy. They're going to be super happy with us. Okay, the basic factory here needs to go back to manufacturing so we can get that thing done. And how is the wealth planet doing? Nestor. It's knocking out the market centers pretty quick. We're not going to have to worry about approval, but we will need some food on this planet. And a colonial hospital. That's going to have to be the next research. Also doing some planetary upgrades would be nice, so we can get some more tiles out of some of these things. Okay. Lyra 3, another ghost world. Or not another, but... aw, sweet. Now that 40% on top of the ghost world would be nuts, but we're going to stick with Benevolent. I love the text in here, it's pretty fantastic. A comet has re-entered the solar system after a 50-year absence, throwing a primitive local species into a frenzy. They apparently worship this regularly returning visitor as a god. Your scientists report, however, that this comet is at least partly artificial. A relic apparently left in the Oort cloud by an advanced species. There may be some salvage potential in it, provided, of course, that we're willing to kill a god to get it. What are your orders? So, just, okay, like, the text is fantastic. We're not going to throw these poor people into more confusion than our presence has already caused. Study the comet remotely, but don't do anything to disturb the planet. That's very benevolent. We'll let the comet pass through the system unmolested this time, but once it's no longer visible from the ground, go ahead and salvage it. Then we'll go drag another one out of the Oort cloud and put it in the same orbit. That's pretty nice, too. Or, kill the god, then tell them we did it. Mount part of the comet on a spike outside of their colony as well. That's great. Yeah, we're going to stick with Benevolent because this will give us access to another Benevolent ideology point. An approval and a wealth mod, and a tourism influence mod. Well, this was going to be a research planet, so before I forget, we'll go ahead and rename it. I don't think I got the spacing right. Gotta redo that. Needs a space. Alright, so if you're a research planet, we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 buildable tiles. I think with 9 buildable tiles, it still does make sense to make a factory or 2. So we'll do that. And your first turn, you're going to do pure research. Then I'm probably going to forget about you, and you'll never actually build the factory. We'll see. It happens. Alright, so a previously unnoticed Class 10 planet. I want to rush straight for this one, so we're going to take this one. We've discovered a new planet next to Nestor. Sweet. Awesome. The advantage to that is that, like, if we put a starbase in there, we'll have even more planets that are affected by it. And right now, we're kind of spread out. So Earth, have you finished that Duranium refinery yet? You have not. What's wrong with you? 2 turns remaining on supported population. Okay. Next. And we have supported population. Sweet. Alright, there's a couple things that we definitely do need. We need access to... I want planetary improvement, Xeno Hospital, Xeno Farm. That's what we need. And Earth has its Duranium refinery, which is now giving 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 plus the 5 that it already has equals 20 bonus adjacency bonuses. So that alone, 20 times 5%, is an extra 100% manufacturing. On top of that, the Duranium is providing a base modifier for total production, which gets multiplied in. So that is pretty good. We now have 140 production here. There's nothing else for us to build on this map, or on this area, so we're going to go... No, stay at 100% here, but then do the 99-1. And we'll do a influence growth. So now we have a massive 138.9 manufacturing per turn. We can now knock out a constructor darn near every turn, which is going to be pretty good. We do want another colony ship. We'll bump him up after the next constructor. In fact, why don't we just bump you up to the top? because I want to get this class 10 colonized. Frel the First, our research planet, has its 2 factories done. Let's go ahead and start knocking out our research labs. We're going to do the same basic idea. We're going to leave a center tile available so that we can do like a thulium data archive. And which planet was it that I said I would forget about? Probably this one, right? Yep, and I did. As expected. Well, actually, I didn't. I remembered. So there we go. So we'll do that, and then this planet, again, being a research planet, is going to need some research buildings, and it wouldn't be terrible if we could get like a farm and a colonial hospital, that kind of thing, but just get those things going for now. Alright. Carry on. Alright. So the thing is, I usually click cancel because that way I can control the direction that it leaves. There doesn't seem to be any option to control the ejection point. It just always goes in the same area. But actually, let's go this way. And we'll just take a very, very small amount of population. Every planet should be very, very happy right now. So I'd rather just keep the population working, right? Like there's no reason. They're not at their cap, and they're working perfectly happy, so just keep them working. The growth rate is going to be 0.1 per turn, whether we have 0.5 population or 3 population. There doesn't seem to be any difference. On a class 9, no other modifiers. Okay. Could really use that constructor right about now. Next turn. We'll have it next turn. Okay. This planet is going through a period of heavy thunderstorm activity. Bonus research. Again, look at all the research you can get for the Malevolent. Man, they are really, really advantageous for them. Got an Aurorus Arboretum. +2 to influence, okay? +3 to approval. Lots of influence mods on those two. Tourism and research. I feel like we could use another wealth planet. I'm not yet ready to do another production planet. I feel like Earth is doing just fine on its own. So let's go ahead and we will call this one a wealth planet. 2 wealth planets right next to each other is actually quite ideal, because that way we can do some star-based modules that improve wealth and get a lot of benefit from it. So same thing as normal, we'll do a couple factories. And I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to swing it around every single time. We'll just throw lots of wealth for... I mean, this is the most efficient way to do it. Like, I know I'm ignoring these tiles, but I don't care about tourism yet, and I don't really care about approval yet, so you just ignore them. Just pretend like they're empty tiles. You can always upgrade and do something with them different later on. Or never. Like, the thing about planets is that, yeah, sometimes they've got modifiers that make them really good for one thing or another, but sometimes you need something else more. And, you know, you don't have to use the planet for exactly what it would be ideal for. But, okay, we cannot reach that one and that one. So I think we'll just go for these 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we put it here... I actually want to go as far, I want to extend our range as much as possible, and I also want to push our influence out as far as we can. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sorry, here. It's unfortunate that it's going to take an extra turn. But it is what it is. So that's where we want that one. Alright, cool. Well, I'm going to take a short break here. I do, as always, look forward to seeing you in the next video. So thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon.